Hi, my name's Nick Marvian. Welcome to Jeff D'Ambrosio Auto Group in Downingtown, Pennsylvania. If you want to take a look behind me, you see the Dodge and Mitsubishi building and over 1,500 pre-owned and new vehicles. We also sit on 32 acres, so if you want it, we probably got it, and if we don't have it, we can get it for you, no questions asked. Today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the 2010 Chrysler Town Country. Now this particular model is a Touring Edition. They also make a base LX, the Touring, and then the Limited. I'm going to focus all my walk around on the Touring Edition, but if you have any questions, we'll also, when you give me a call, I can talk to you about the other models. Let's take a look by looking underneath the hood first. First, I'll show you the beautiful 3.86 cylinder. Now they make three motors, a 3.3, which comes in the base LX, a 3.8 that you get in the Touring, or the 4-liter that you can get in the Limited. Now you can also get a 3.8 liter in the Limited as well, just so you know. That 4-liter, 254 horsepower. That's insane. I think that's a little too much for the minivan, but hey, if you got a sports car dad or mom that's driving the minivan, that's the engine for you. Now if you notice, all the fluid containers are clear so you can tell when they're low, and the areas to fill them up are marked in bright yellow so it's easy and explainable. You can also see the crumple zone in the front. Basically, if there's ever a front impact, the front would waffle like an accordion, engine drop at a 45-degree angle, slide underneath the car as opposed to coming in the cabin. Also has this is the dampened road noise from the engine and from outside to the inside, but it also has these grommets. If there's ever an engine fire, these grommets melt and it acts as a fire blanket that falls on top of the engine. Now one of the easy differences that you can tell that this is a Touring is that this has fog lights. And when you're looking at the base model doesn't have the fog lights. Now the difference between this and a Limited, you're going to have to look for the trim on the side. As you can see, this is chrome, but the Limited you can get the chrome mirrors. This one here has the beautiful alloy wheels. There's a 16-inch wheel. They come with a standard 15-inch hubcap if you go with the LX, but this is the nicer model. Now they do also offer chrome wheels, and I think you can get them as big as a 17 or an 18 if I'm not correct. Let's take a look inside the car. You have your power windows here, which I'll show you. Besides in the front, you also have power windows in the back. So now the kids have an extra little bit of air for themselves. Now this also, you can also get the sunshades, which this does have, which you can put up the sunshade while the window's down, so the kids are still, like if you got a baby in the baby seat, you want to get fresh air, you can still have the shade so it'll shade it from the sun. Also up here you control the rear power windows, they vent, as you can see, or they shut. A little extra air. Now also from the front, you have automatic headlamps, which means you don't have to worry about turning them on and off. They come on their own, or you can manually control it. You have fog lamps, you have your dimmers, and then this is a neat feature. This button controls, because this has the overhead console with the rear DVDs, it has a LED light that lights up like green, kind of like limo tint for the kids in the back. It's just a neat feature. It's ambient lighting is what they call it. This particular model has the radio controls on the back of the steering wheel, has electronic stability with all-speed traction control, analog brakes with brake assist. That's standard on all models, by the way. So even on the base model, you still get ABS brakes, and also side curtain airbags for all three rows. So all the kids are safe. Your grandparents are safe if they're sitting in the back. Heck, you're safe if you're sitting in the back. You have multi-stage airbags in the front, side curtain airbags to the rear. Now if you come in a little closer, you'll take a look at the instrument cluster. In the instrument cluster, it also gives you information. You can change if the horn beeps when you lock the doors, if the lights flash when you lock the doors, how long the power stays on when you get out of the car, if when you're opening the side doors, if the flashers come on. It just gives you a lot of personalized options that you can do. As you notice, the shifter is on the dash now, and also when you go into drive, you can actually shift in gears. So if you want to shift through the 6-speed or 5-speed transmission, you can do so. The reason why I say that is if you have the 4-liter and you're hooking it up with a trailer, it's easier to shift through gears and downshift so you're not wearing on the brakes. Now this model has the MyGig, well actually this year it's called Uconnect. but this is the multimedia center. Has a 30 gigabyte hard drive, so you can actually store the information on the unit itself, put in a CD, copy the CD to the unit, never stick the CD in ever again. You have an auxiliary input, so you can plug in your iPod or MP3 player, and you have a USB port to where you can even plug in a camera and save pictures of your family. Now this particular model doesn't have navigation, but they make it with navigation, so that is an available option. You have the HomeLink Center, which basically hooks up to your garage door opener. You have power of the power doors and the tailgate, all from up here. You also have a conversation mirror, where you go to get your, come over this way, Dave, take a look at this. Where you go to put your sunglasses, there's also a conversation mirror to where you can actually see what the kids in the back are doing and who's hitting who, and you still got your rear view mirror. You have a classic regular clock. You have the triple zone climate control, and if you notice, it's got the wood grain dash with the dual glove boxes. A little extra storage for you and the family. Down here's you can put in a CD player or a DVD player, and you can also put in a CD player or a DVD in this player up here. This actually opens up, and you can actually stick it in as well. So you can put in two at the time, so one can be watching one movie and the other can be watching another movie, which is just a great feature. Now I'm going to show you the feature of the Stow and Go. Give me a minute while I set it up. I got to put the vehicle's seats. Always got to make sure the front seat's all the way forward, which it's a power driver seat and a power passenger seat when you get the leather and the touring package. Once the seat's all the way forward, you take, now normally when somebody's sitting in the seats, armrests are down, headrests up, so what you would do is you'd come, put the headrest down, put the armrest back in the correct position. Down here there's a little latch, you flip it open. Now while the seats are up, you have an extra 6 cubic feet of storage space. You can put basketball down there, backpacks, whatever, lunch boxes, so the kids aren't kicking it around. But for this, I'm going to show you how to stick it in the ground. Put it all the way open. Now, the same lever that you use to recline the seat, you flip it forward, and always make sure it locks in between each set. So lock it, you hear the click. Then there's a black tether. You pull the black tether, and it instantly floats the seat forward. You just push it down, and there you go. Now this seat does it, the side seat does it. I'm going to show you how the back seat does it, but I want you to come in here and take a look on this back panel. I want to show you the dual DVD screens. I'm going to have Dave walk in here. Here, Dave, come on in for a second. Now as you can see, there's a ton of room. Something that's kind of neat. If your kids have a video game system, you can actually plug in 2 different kinds of video game systems, and they can play it on the dual DVDs. All the lights back here are LED, which means it's a focused light, kind of like an airplane. So basically the child could be reading a book or doing his homework, and the light won't be bothering you while you're driving. You have rear heating and air conditioning, which they can control it back here, or if they're too young, you can control it up front. You have 13 cup holders in this vehicle. 13. I don't even know, you can only fit 7-8 people in this car, but you have 13 cup holders, so everybody can have 2 cups. Why, I don't know. These middle seats, they slide forward and back for ease of leg room, and you can also double it as a workstation by flipping the seat forward. It has a little like indented area. All these are cubby holes to put stuff in. I mean, it's really a versatile station. Something else that's nice, you got the sunshades in the back. You got the sunshades in the back like you do in the front. Now I'm going to come around back and I'm going to show you how to put those back seats into the floor.